Hi, I'm Mike Hattrup. I'm here with the Ski Prof at the K2 booth, looking at our new collection of 2014 boots. This is the Pinnacle 130. This is the boot that I'm most excited about. It's a Freeride boot. It uses the energy interlock that our Alpine boots have, and what that is really a replacement of the rivets. Instead of rivets, we've got two pieces that pull against each other in the lower shell and the upper cuff that create a more elastic stored energy than you get with the riveted boot. The cool thing about this design is it allows us to build a walk mode in here. With the normal boot, as soon as you pull the rivets out, you've pulled the guts out. Those rivets connect the upper cuff to the lower shell. That's the energy transmission. That's the fore and aft stiffness. And so somehow you've got to replace that. But because we don't start with rivets, we don't have to replace rivets. This cuff allows it. We essentially pull what replaces rivets out, so you get fore and aft flex without losing any of the energy transmission. So other boots that are trying to do this, you have a cuff here that locks it rearward, which is great for rearward stiffness, but you're still not locking the cuff, tying the cuff to the shell. And without that connection, you lose a lot of energy transmission. So this allows us to have a boot that still skis like a 130, but gives you a walk mode. The other thing that's cool about this boot is that it's one of the few boots that you can step into a regular Alpine binding. It's a DIN sole, but you can walk in a DynaFit binding. So that's a pretty nice feature. Most of the other boots that do this, you have to remove a pod here, and we didn't like the stability of that. There's a problem with that pod working loose and getting soft. Also, when you have a whole replaceable sole like that, you lose a connection between that boot and the pod. And that's not a problem in soft snow, but when it's really firm out, that energy transmission, you'll notice, you won't have as strong of edge hold. The other thing we did with this boot is replace the fourth buckle with a PowerBuckle. This is essentially a power strap and a buckle tied together. And what's nice about this is when you want to go into touring mode, normally when I'm touring, I loosen the power strap on my boot because that really inhibits range of motion. So, but most of the time in a boot like this, you don't have time to do that, or you don't want to take the time. The hikes are 5 to 15, 20 minutes. And if you stop, pull your cuff up, pull your gaiter up, loosen your power strap, 6 guys just passed you in the boot track and there went first track. So with this, all you got to do, throw that buckle, throw this, put it in walk mode, and you're off. And you get great range of motion, easy to walk in, but it doesn't take any time. The other thing that's cool about this boot is the liner is totally unique. We wanted Intuition because Intuition is warmer and lighter and customizable. But there's certain features of a regular liner that perform better. And so what we did is Intuition, really from the top of the ankles down, and that's where all the custom fit needs happen, is from the ankle down. But with the upper cuff, we wrapped it with a sturdier plastic that transmits energy better. And same with the tongue. Inside of the tongue is Intuition, so it forms to your shin. But the exterior is a firmer plastic that dissipates pressure better, so you don't get any shin bite when you're flexing. And then the last thing we did with this, and this isn't unique to K2, but we put flex notch in the back and in the front here. Because if you have a rigid liner, it doesn't matter how much the shell of your boot will flex, you don't get that flex in the liner. So this allows you to get a little bit better range of motion. As I said, this is the boot I'm most excited about. This is the type of boot I should have been in a long time ago, but I was never willing to make the skiing sacrifice that a lot of those boots required, because I want a boot that's strong enough that you can ski all day long at the resort at, but still has a walk feature and is comfortable. And so that's a Pinnacle 130, also comes in a 110 flex. So get to your dealer and check them out for 2014.